Why put in all that effort to win leads only to lose them on the sales call? One untrained call can cost you thousands. Imagine getting an abundance of leads. What would that cost you to lose? 10,000? 50,000? It's not just lost income, but your time, your energy, it all stacks up. Let me show you what I mean. I worked with a brand strategist whose content was taking off. All that effort to bring in leads seemed to be paying off, except her 10 sales calls a week, they were turning into 0 clients. She was stressed. She felt like her reputation was slipping. She started questioning whether she was even cut out for this. Something had to change. So when she became a client, the first thing I asked her to do was submit a sales call for analysis. We had to see what were the things that actually needed fixing. There were many things to address, but there were 3 major areas that stood out immediately. First, she was sending signals she didn't know she was sending. Tiny shifts in tone and pace that she never actually heard, but the buyer did. Most creatives have no idea how much the sale is decided before the words even matter. Second, she treated every objection like a threat. Any pause or hesitation, it made her feel dread. So she went into defense, into justification, sometimes even back down. She didn't know how to use objections as clarity moments. Most people, they react emotionally instead of leading the conversation. Third, there was a clear lack of confidence around the price. Too much talking, too much explaining, no reading of the buyer. Her delivery made the number sound negotiable, even though she didn't mean it. Micro signals just like these cost people thousands without them ever noticing. So we made the fixes. We rebuilt her delivery. We corrected her transitions. We adjusted her tone, her pace, her body language. We clarified what she should share and what she should really hold back on. We also trained her to use hesitation as information and not danger. We rewired the way she anchored her price so it landed with certainty instead of apology. Her offer didn't change. Her audience didn't change, but her skill changed. She went from selling her strategy for 1,000 to 8.5K, and she's all set to make 15K on her next call. Same work, better conversation. This is what most creatives never understand. The volume of leads does not decide your income. Your sales skill does. This is the entire reason I built the sales gym. Not to give you scripts, not to hype you up, not to teach persuasion tricks. Buyers are too intelligent. They see through all of that. The sales gym trains the actual skill that closes high-value clients. It is core business competence. You need to get your reps in somewhere safe so you don't burn real opportunities or your reputation in the process. Most creatives have practiced sales in the worst place possible, on real clients. And that is where reputations get damaged. In the sales gym, you train without risking the clients you want to keep. You get the mistakes out in private in a safe space, so the wins happen in public. Inside the gym, you learn how to read the buyer cues in just 5 minutes, how to create a frame that keeps you in control, how to handle hesitations in real time without falling apart, how to transition into selling without fear, how to deliver the price with conviction, most importantly, how to close without pushing. This is my co-creative selling model. Instead of pushing, you will guide. Instead of not knowing what to say, you will have clarity. Instead of faking confidence, you will actually feel it. Your next 10 sales calls are coming whether you train for them or not. They will either pay you or cost you. The difference is not talent. It's not confidence. It's not visibility. It is sales skill. The skill that compounds. And it's the only skill that pays you back every time you use it. Train it, and it becomes natural and instinctive. If you're ready to stop guessing your way through the conversations that decide your income, join Sales Gym. Train competence. Train clarity. Train the conversation that changes your business. Join the gym. Join the gym.